Welcome to the third groundbreaking episode of our summer special series of interviews with the top schools and principals in the UAE. Today we are delighted to welcome Sarah O Regan, the recently new and fabulous leader and CEO of GEM's famous Wellington Academy in Dubai, Silcom Oasis. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Emma.
Thank you for joining us, Sarah. These interviews are really important for parents grappling with many difficult decisions during the holidays. Every year we are inundated with questions not only from new families coming to the UAE, but many parents which, for a variety of reasons, are looking to change the schools that currently educate their children. So today we want to focus on really important issues, subjects and pathways, choices in British education. WSO is known for offering an extraordinarily broad range of post-16 pathways for students, including not only the traditional A-level and Btec, but also the IB Diploma, IB career-related programme, and even fully personalised options in which these can be mixed up together. Up until 16, you focus on GCSE qualifications, but then things radically change and broaden. My first question, Sarah, that is simply to explain why having the very broadest range of post-16 pathway and subject options for students post-16 is so important. Why exactly does it matter?
Thank you, Emma. At WSO, we are pioneering and forward-thinking. We want every single student to choose their own pathway. At WSO, our students leave us world-class and world-ready. We really do value student voice. When our students are in Year 11, we listen to their requests and we tailor and bespoke the pathways for each and every individual child. If a student wants to take A-levels with a blend of Btec, then we make that possible. If a student chooses the IB careers pathway, then we make that also possible. Our students have dreams and aspirations, and we make sure that our students can reach those dreams and aspirations. We don't ask them to fit into the box of A-level or ask them to fit into the box of IB-DP. We will be creative with our pathway choices. We tailor our pathways for every single student, and they are bespoke to each and every individual child.
I agree. As soon as you limit either pathways or subjects, that you are really doing is restricting the potential and opportunity of students in some way. So my next question is focused on explaining the difference between these pathways. Specifically, what are the benefits of A-levels over IB and vice versa? What is the difference of the IB career-related programme over the Btec, and again, vice versa?
Thank you, Emma. So if a student absolutely knows their career destination, so for example, if a student knows they're going into medicine, as an example, then they will potentially choose an A-level route because they know the career they want to move into. If a student is still unsure about their final career destination, then the IB-DP lends itself to those students. The IB-DP allows students to access a range of subjects, whereas the A-levels are more specific. If a student, for example, wants to study in the US, then the IB-DP is the better route for that student. The undergraduate programme in the US, the first year at university, will be focused on a number of subjects. So therefore, the IB-DP would be better suited for that student. Whereas a student who wants to study in the UK, for example, and they know the career route they want to go into, then A-levels would suit that student better. Btec versus the careers vocational pathway, again, is very specific for that student. So if a student in particular knows they want to go into Btec Sport, for example, then obviously the Btec Sport route would be ideal for that student. If the student wants to go on and not study at university and wants to go on to a career, then potentially the IB Careers programme would suit that student. What is fantastic at WSO is we can blend those models. So a student, for example, could do a Btec in Applied Sciences, but also take some IB-DP subjects And all of those credits would then get that student into the relevant university of their choice.
So now let's turn to subjects and the importance of choice. How many different A-level options are provided by GEMS WSO? Can you talk us through those that you offer? It might also help to explain to parents that the special way that you combine online and traditional learning, something very pioneering in the UAE, and also something that enables you to respond very quickly to the challenges of COVID-19 when many other schools are struggling.
Thank you. So this year we are currently running 12 A-levels, but as I mentioned previously, we really do value our student voice. Next academic year we'll be running 16 A-levels. Our students have requested an additional 4 A-levels. So at their request, we now next year will be doing A-level French, Spanish, Media and Design and Technology. These are new to next year because again, we've listened to our students and we've made sure that's available for them. Very similar with BTEC. So we currently are running 5 BTECs. Next year, we are adding 2 further BTECs for our BTEC students who've requested applied science and also BTEC music.
My final question is really a wrapping up exercise. Simply, Sarah, can you bring to life what makes GEMS WSO education so special and different from the education available at the vast majority of other schools in the UAE? Can you pick out for us the very best things about your school and what you think is the reason why it is so successful for its students, not just in terms of examinations, but also its whole child curriculum and happy school dynamics?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Emma. So just going back to our previous question, we are extremely pioneering, and an example of that is our IB/DP students access some of their lessons online through a virtual teacher. We use a platform called Promoja, and that really does give our students access to the world. WSO is really cosmopolitan. We have the world in one school. Our students not only access academics, we also really cater for our students' well-being. We have our very own Grow Well programme. The Grow Well programme is bespoke and it caters for every student at every age. Our students, for example, have access to the careers programme and the careers conversations as soon as they enter year 5. We don't have these conversations when they're in secondary, we have them as early as year 5. Our students at WSO have an incredibly enriching curriculum. Every student has their own journey and their own story to tell.
Thank you so much, Sarah. It's been a pleasure as always meeting up and learning about your amazing education at GEMS Wellington Academy, Dubai Silcom Oasis. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Emma. It's been great to interview with Schools Compared.